This is Love, Life, and Libations, and I'm your host, Sydney Hernández. Let's get it, y'all. Y'all ready?
I'm here for
All
it.
right. So my first question of tonight: what is defined as good sex to you?
Is this the meat thing?
Is this open to anyone again?
Yeah, anybody.
Oh, coming back for more.
I can do whatever
Coming
I
back
want.
for more.
Literally, coming back for more is simple. Coming back for more.
When you let me do whatever I want.
What does that mean? Like, what you mean? Like, what? I want the tea. I want the nitty, the gritty.
You want the green tea or the black?
Yes.
G, cause I'm a freak up. So I do what the fuck I do, and I don't like limitations to it. So if I ain't got no limitations to it, and I know the shit is safe, that's great sex to me.
You know it's safe.
It's even better sex if you ain't got no limitations. On top of me not having no limitations, we finna take the fuck off. This gonna be a night to remember. That's great sex to me.
Shit, every night is a night to remember with me.
That part. I want to remember it too.
What about you, Orlando? What you think?
Damn. I don't want to get too fucking graphic.
Go ahead,
Fuck
do
it.
your
Talk
shit.
your shit.
I mean,
Great.
I mean, bodily fluids. Exchanging of bodily fluids. What else? Also, like the connection. Like you really don't have to say when it's good. It's good sex when you don't really need permission. Like kind of you were talking about, so to speak. We have the Sagittarian moment.
Yeah,
When you don't really need permission, like if I can do this or do you want to do, like you
Are
just
you into that?
just know,
Like,
and then
no,
it's
you
kind of
just-
like tit for tat, and then you just keep building off of each other.
Kind of like in the moment.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
really,
that connection. That
It's a
sexual
vibe.
connection.
That
If
vibe.
you ain't got
Just
it,
get
it ain't
know what it
there.
is. And shit, when it is what it is, it is what it is.
What about you, Jay?
Period.
I mean, yeah. I feel like if you're satisfied, you're gonna come back for more. So it's like one of those things where you can't break it. Like I don't know. They're like a Ritalin
Yeah,
or
I
some
do.
shit.
So it's like you get your first try just to get the
Just
that
to see
teaser.
what it
Get your
is.
feet
And then the next time
Like
go
a test
around.
drive type shit. I'm gonna test drive this bitch. I'm
Tell me,
gonna
you
try
know
to
what?
drive. I'm gonna be riding.
Do I want to ride this one next week?
No, seriously.
Stop
Yeah,
talking
take
to
a
Or
me.
do I want a new car? Oh my God.
Stop talking to me, though.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right. So, with following that, describe your fantasy partner.
Oh,
What-
I think.
What's your fantasy partner?
What's my fantasy partner? I think for me now it would be somebody who's just like fully versed or willing to be just like what you said, do it all. I think when you match each other's energy, you just want to please that person. That's my fantasy. But, I want to come out my ass, and I think I want to fuck. Like, I want to do it all, baby.
I'm trying to
I
see
want to do it
stuff.
all.
What about you, Kimball? Describe your
I
fantasy
want my legs to
partner.
be locked.
Oh my God. My fantasy partner.
Big hungry.
Jay, describe your fantasy partner.
I mean, I would have to piggyback off of mine though, because I'm like, shit. When you ain't got no boundaries and you both have the idea of really just to please one another, I mean, shit, that's my idea right there. But also
Everybody
with the
idea
sexual
is a free
chemistry,
call.
where it's just like it's lit as fuck. Like you already kind of like you don't gotta ask questions, you don't gotta talk. Y'all can just like really like pick up off of vibes. and
Vibes?
shit, Yeah.
So is this more off the idea of this fantasy person or like how this fantasy person looks? Or
You
like-
could, I would say you could describe a little bit of both. You know what I mean? Because
What was the question, Bo?
fantasy partner.
describe your fantasy partner. You could talk about like their
I didn't-
physique.
I feel like-
fantasy. Oh, my fantasy.
If we
partner.
talking about fantasy, we ain't talking about
like,
reality.
physically or
We ain't
like-
talking about none of that. We talking about fantasy.
What about physique wise?
I think as long as you got thighs.
I like my girls BBW.
Give me lips. Give me a good kiss.
What you
If
say,
you can
B?
kiss like really good, then you can intro. That's good foreplay.
My fantasy partner would be somebody like Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes.
But
That's strong.
Like hands down, like
Switch up
Hands
here.
down,
I feel like
she
you
got
cheated.
work that bitch.
Boy, man,
I'm sorry.
it's the sheep, man. It's the legs for me.
Ah,
what about you, Arlen?
Eyes and ass, the
it's the
titties,
man.
Yeah.
It's
the
just
confidence.
It's
yes, it's
with my
everything.
wig,
She
make it feel
confident.
like
Oh my
you
God.
cheating.
Confidence is everything.
Ooh, and she a
If you
freak hoe.
if you're not
She said-
confident
she
with
said it.
yourself, this shit is not gonna work because
hear
if
me?
I can't be trying to
If I
fuck
can't
you
be
and
trying-
boost your confidence at the same time.
That's why
That's not gonna work.
Stop it.
That's not gonna work. I can't.
Bitch, you gotta know
That's
you
gonna
shit
boost
coming
my
through the door.
confidence
'Cause
right
I
there.
feel
Hold on,
like
give
that.
it to me.
I feel like it's like you said, it's not gonna be good to you either way. Just make it good for me
bitch.
too. Like,
You feel me?
I got
'Cause
that
you're gonna get
confidence.
yours.
I need you to have that confidence back with me.
Bitch, you gonna have me wanting to kill somebody over you.
Oh my God. I'm saying I make stalkers out of motherfuckers. I said
That's
in the
what I'm
beginning I
talking
was
about.
toxic.
Can we fuck?
Oh my god.
Motherfuckers, I was toxic in the beginning.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Look, it got a little hot in here, that ass. A little hot.
Bitch, cheers.
Okay, hold up, y'all.
Go ahead. Yes.
Y'all ass ain't shit.
I just want to make sure everything.
I said like real quick.
Bitch, I want some tiger.
Everybody cool at this point.
Tiger.
Tiger.
Anybody got to pee or nothing?
Nah, I'm cool.
Nah, I'm saying,
You know,
the
I'm
light.
probably gonna need a new hip soon.
All right, start off with the next question.
Okay. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little bit more personal. What would you say is your greatest fear?
Of what though?
Just your greatest fear
Just
in
in
general?
general?
Yeah.
My greatest fear in life is not accomplishing something.
As in what, though?
Like, from day to day, I pretty much accomplish everything. If I say, if I get a plan out for the day, if I set goals for the day, I pretty much do that, right? But like,
So you're a Virgo,
And-
that's why. You
but
need
like, in like moving in life from start to finish, I want to have something that I like. Say I don't know, like
you say that you did. You just feel accomplished
so
when
not
you
like
have
not
a,
like something small, but like whether it's my career, whether I get rich somehow, I don't know what it is, but I want something to be able to speak on, or if I have kids or whatever the case may be, they be able to fall back on it. I don't want to have to make a motherfucker recreate a whole world that I just tried to do. I don't want that. It should be easy and ready to go for the next motherfucker.
I have to agree with that. One of my biggest fears is just failing in life. Like flat out failing in life. Like shit. I feel like I was put in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, my mom, she went from the hood to the burbs. And then my dad was just a hood nigga that moved to the burbs. You know what I'm saying? So I had the best of both worlds. I had that book smart because my OG, like shit, she went to college. And she went to a predominantly white college at a time when motherfuckers wasn't even fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? For real. And then passed every class, you know what I'm saying, with a C or better, I think she said. You know? And then I got my dad who just ran the fucking streets. He got a GED and gangbanged his whole entire life. You feel me? But at the end of the day, like I got both ends of that. You know what I'm saying? I got that book smart, but I got that street smart too. So for me to fail, that's ridiculous.
Failing is not trying.
That's literally what it is. That's how I feel about it too. But sometimes I feel like I don't try enough. Like I'm my biggest
You can
critique.
cause yourself to fail.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm my biggest
Definitely,
critique.
only
And
time
I
you
be
fail is
fucking
when you
me
don't
up
put forth effort. Like, even if you do it just a little bit. If you don't try, how can you even say you did it? Or you don't
How
know
you
if
feel
you
like
can
that?
do
Text that
it.
to me. I'm still in there.
I'm still
That's a
like,
status. Hello.
because
How you feel about that?
I feel like that, but not like how you said it.
Yes.
Nah, I agree with what y'all saying.
What about you, Jack?
I think my biggest fear right now, if you ask me now in my life, would be, I don't know, not being able to keep up with the way of life that I'm accustomed to. So I'm accustomed to a certain way of living right now, and I'm like, with COVID, I've just been trying to like really maintain that shit. Because I'm like, I'm not one to like really like try to feel like I gotta, I don't know, I don't want to step back on shit. I don't want to like, oh, well, I can't get my nails done, I can't do this. Like, I kind of still want to do what the fuck I want to do. So like, my fear right now is like, if I can't do that shit, some shit is it's fucked up, but you know.
I share that. I think what he said, like, to go back to your old way of life or where you were, that scares me. But I also feel like my fear right now is like, if I make the wrong mistakes, like, I think in the end when we die, we won't know until we die if heaven or hell is real. So it's like, if it's real, could you have done things differently? Like, what could you have corrected? Yeah, and I don't want to. That's what I'm scared of now.
Yeah, but isn't that part of life though? Making mistakes, like wondering, assuming,
it is,
guessing.
but the way that when it's
late.
over, when, you know what I'm saying, like he said, you don't know if heaven and hell is real until you're gone. You know what I'm saying? You got people that think it's a black space, whatever, and then you think you got other people that think it's heaven and hell. You don't know which way that shit gonna go until you dead. And if it is a heaven and hell, am I making it to heaven? And then if I am, based off of what?
Exactly. What did I do
You know
in
what I'm
my
saying?
life?
What did I do in my life that's
to
gonna
earn
get me
this?
into heaven?
I don't think about that though, because
I'm too day to day.
But like, as a
I used to
kid,
be
as a
too
teenager,
dedicated.
I didn't really care about stuff that I did.
Yeah.
But then as I started getting older and having certain experiences, you learn that like
Certain
I
shit
know,
just don't matter.
It is what it is. So it's like, for me, all I know is as long as I try to be as best as I can, live my life as easy, as happy, as comfortable as possible. Don't try to do no harm on nobody. And I try my hardest. I ain't gonna say I try. Like, I don't lie to people. I just try to be as honest and straightforward as possible, whether it hurt a motherfucker's feelings or not. That's what I do.
What about those people?
And doing that, so like having the idea of knowing whether you're gonna go to heaven or hell or whatever it is from person to person. I don't think about that. I just live. I do my best, and wherever that takes me, that's where I end up.
I hear you say that you don't think about it day to day, right?
Right.
You just live. But I feel like it's different because when you grow up in a household, some people grow up in it where outside of education being pushed, religion is pushed.
Right.
And so you don't got no choice but to think about that. It's going to stay with you.
Because this definitely pushed in my mom's house.
But see,
Yeah.
I grew up in a household where part of them were Baptist, the other part was Mormon, and the other part was Buddhist. So it's like it's a little bit of everything. So you got some people talking about God, then you got the other people just talking about the universe, and it's like I'm at a point where like I haven't picked any category. I just live life. I go with the flow, and whatever shit. I don't know. I just live.
I admire that. I can't.
I'm gonna piggyback off that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna piggyback off that. Like, yeah. Like, I grew up in a house. Like I said, my dad was for the streets, and then my mom was for the church. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is, I grew up. You know what I'm saying? I grew up Christian. I grew up in church constantly, like almost every damn week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I can't help but to think about that. I heard that shit my whole life. So you know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's physical harm, emotional harm, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of commandments. You know, it's 10 commandments, but it's a lot of stuff in the Bible. and you know what I'm saying? Even if you go into other religions, it's a lot of rules to this getting into heaven.
Yeah.
So what's to make you what? And I never chose a religion because I feel like my mama forced that Christian on me. You know what I'm saying?
Glad you said. I was just gonna say like
I feel like she forced it. Like when she found out I was gay, it was like she found out I was gay, and then I got two little sisters that came behind me. And by the time my baby sister came out, she had scriptures on the walls.
Wow.
Like she forced
Like-
it. You know?
That's spicy. Hold on. That's spicy.
That's like,
Wait, hold on. We're not finna drag your mama though.
we're not
So
gonna-
we're just gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next question, cause baby, cause I don't wanna.
She forced that one.
Y'all
She
getting
fucking
deep,
carried your ass.
exactly.
Yeah, but
Okay.
but I'm with you. They don't give you.
So okay, I'm gonna just
Go ahead.
turn
Yeah,
this
we gonna go ahead,
conversation
go to the
around.
next one.
Girl, we
Right,
getting
go to the
deep.
next
Well,
one.
right. So the next question is, what fetish do you think the person to the left is you? Like, what do you think their fetish is into? To the person to the left of
To the
you.
left of you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yours
Let's
will be
see.
landing.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm gonna have Rita go first.
No, you're not. Go around.
Rita go first.
Go ahead, Rita. Go ahead.
What you think Milo into?
Everything.
He said, bitch, everything.
I'm not gonna say what we was talking about, but we was talking about some shit before we
You gotta
ever
pick
got
something.
to this.
You gotta pick something. You know how much is it? Everything?
That's really
Oh,
vague.
that's
vague.
very vague.
No, because I feel like he down to try whatever. Like he not a closed-minded guy.
So his fetish is he has no fetish because he's so open to everything.
Wait,
Go ahead.
okay.
You know
What
what
do you think
I'm
about
saying?
me? What do you
don't
think
know.
my fetish is? I'm gonna tell you if you're right or wrong.
I think you like to get your clips slurped and your booty hole played with while it's happening.
I like my booty hole. Hey, first of all, let's
Oh
talk
my
about
God,
it.
go ahead.
Okay, I feel like he got some shit behind that shit too, cause yeah, again. Okay,
I'm just saying.
don't y'all get fine. I'ma tell you.
There's some
I feel
holes in
like-
this tent.
Yes.
Our lander likes to be like fucking wooed. I feel like for like a fetish, like because you're a Sag, so Sag like to play tough. They love to be tough, but for somebody to be like pick you up, strong hand, manly hand you, that should do it for you.
You right.
Right. Drag you. What you talking about?
Hey, you want Trey to
Talk about-
slam
Cause he
this
got
out.
that horseback. You like that ass play with. You
Hello.
hear me?
Get your
That's
ass.
it.
Okay, take a drink on that one.
Exactly.
Right, take a sip, bro.
And then why you think
Yes.
about that? What you think him
Baby,
would
I don't
to?
know that.
I feel like he's
Like his deepest fantasy, cause he be talking that shit. Like he a pleaser, but baby.
I feel like
Give a baby.